One woodwind instrument that you've probably seen before is a recorder. Yes, the second graders at JS learn to play these, or you might have one around the house from an older brother or sister, or maybe your mom and dad learned how to play the recorder. So, what makes this a woodwind? Well, first of all, it's made out of wood, as all woodwinds originally were. However, nowadays woodwinds can be made out of wood, metal, or plastic, or even a combination of those materials. Next, a woodwind is made out of a tube, a cylinder, with a hole at the bottom, and a mouthpiece where you blow air through, and openings that you can close off and open with your fingers to help create pitches. When you blow into an instrument, that's a woodwind, that is the wind, the luft, that is part of the name, the wind in woodwind. Now, some instruments, you don't just blow through the mouthpiece, there's another special part on it that vibrates. These are instruments like a clarinet, an oboe, or a bassoon, or a saxophone. These woodwind instruments use a reed. A reed is a little piece of wood that vibrates when you blow air over it. Clarinets and saxophones use a single reed, which is one piece of wood, a single piece of wood. Oboes and bassoons use what's called a double reed. And you got it right, that's two little pieces of wood glued together that vibrate when you blow over them. Here's a picture of woodwind instruments that you would commonly find in an orchestra. Up top we have the piccolo. This tiny instrument makes really high pitches. It's often paired with the flute. They both have a similar mouthpiece, and often if you learn to play the flute, you would learn to play the piccolo next. Down here we have some single reed instruments. Right here is the clarinet. Next to it is the saxophone. There's different types of saxophones that range in high sounds to low sounds. This looks like an alto saxophone. Next to it is a bass clarinet. So it's related to the clarinet over here, except it sounds lower. So those are our single reeds. Jumping over here is an oboe. You could see this tiny, tiny little mouthpiece, and that is the double reed that you blow on. Next to it looks very similar. It's called the English horn. It also has a double reed. One of my favorite woodwinds is called the bassoon. It sort of makes a comical, funny tone in a lot of orchestra pieces, but I think it's really cool. And then this big guy here is a contrabassoon. So it's related to the bassoon, but it sounds lower. I've attached a link to a video with different woodwinds from around the world. There's a lot of woodwinds in different cultures from around the world that you don't normally find in an orchestra. I think you have fun seeing people play and listening to these other woodwind instruments. Can you guess what instrument this man is playing? If you guessed the bagpipes, you are correct. And yes, the bagpipes can be considered a member of the woodwind family. This is because inside there are reeds that air is blown over and vibrate, hence a woodwind. ihre Regenbogentür. Ri-Ra-Regenbogen. La la la, la la la, rot, orange, gelb, grün, blau, lila. Ja, der Regenbogen, der ist bunt. Rot, orange, gelb, grün, blau, lila. Ja, der Regenbogen, der ist bunt. Die kleine Regenbogenmaus wohnt in einem Regenbogenhaus, malt ein Regenbogenherz, Ri-Ra-Regenbogen. La la la, la la la, rot, orange, gelb, grün, blau, lila. Ja, der Regenbogen, der ist bunt. Rot, orange, gelb, grün, blau, lila. Ja, der Regenbogen, der ist bunt. Die kleine Regenbogenmaus wohnt in einem Regenbogenhaus, läuft schnell zum Regenbogenfrosch, Ri-Ra-Regenbogen. La la la, la la la, rot, orange, gelb, grün, blau, lila. Ja, der Regenbogen, der ist bunt. Rot, orange, gelb, grün, blau, lila. Ja, der Regenbogen, der ist bunt. Die kleine Regenbogenmaus wohnt in einem Regenbogenhaus, lädt alle ein zum Regenbogenfest.